Hello, everybody. Welcome into our very first episode of Takes from the Lake. I'm your host, Jacob Wright, and to my left, I've got Christian Holmes, Jack Anderson, and Nimrit Singh. We'll be giving all of our hot takes from the wide world of sports, starting first with the NHL, where there's been a head coaching change in Toronto Maple Leaf land, where they go from Mike Babcock to Sheldon Keefe. Christian, I'll start with you. Who do you think is the better coach, Babcock or Keefe?
Sheldon Keefe by far. Kyle Dubas built this team to play the way that Sheldon Keefe coaches. Mike Babcock obviously was too stubborn to do that. This is a great change for the Leafs, although it's bad timing. And they should benefit from it, and maybe if they're lucky, make the playoffs.
Jack, what do you think?
I think Babcock's track record has spoken for itself, and I think that the players should be held more accountable for their lack of success under Babcock, especially in the playoffs. You know, they looked at their worst in most of those series. So, although it's been a nice start for Sheldon Keefe, and he has turned some players quickly back around and on a better pace, you know, I don't think that he is necessarily a better coach.
Nimrit, what do you think?
I have to agree with Christian, with Keefe. He's won the Calendar Cup in the Marlies. He's been a winner, and he's coached some of these guys like Nylander, Riley. So he already has that chemistry with them. So I feel like it's just going to be uphill from here. So, yeah. Keefe.
Yeah. Just the one thing I'd like to add to it is just I wish the coaching change happened in the offseason instead of in the middle of the season. Give your new coach they've been grooming for a while more time to actually work with the team, develop with the team, put his system in place. But that's all we've got for our NHL wrap-up. Let's go outside. We're going to do our extra hot take.
Right, so for my extra hot take, I'm going to be talking about the Tampa Bay Lightning of the National Hockey League. Now, I'm hearing a lot all over radio and all over TV that they're a team that they're just going to start ringing off 10 wins in a row. And I'm saying, I don't really think so. I really think Columbus last year just snatched their soul away from that team, and they need a massive, massive change in terms of whether that's general manager, coach, player personnel, but everyone's just thinking this team's going to turn it on like they did last year. They're middling. They're not even in a playoff spot right now. It's not going very well for them. So you just want to see maybe a change in coaching. That's probably what I think. And I just don't think this team is very good anymore. That's my hot take.
As we move now away from the NHL into the NFL, we're starting to reach the end of Week 12, and the playoff picture is starting to come more into focus for all the teams. So, Christian, I'll start with you. What is your NFL hot take after Week 12?
Each week, I talk to every single one of you, and each week you say that the Steelers will not make the playoffs. They're 6-5. They're in the second wild card spot. What are you saying? What are you saying? You're going to talk to me like that? You're going to talk to me? Oh, yeah, they're making the playoffs. I'm going to say this. To the viewers at home, not only are they going to make it to the playoffs, they're going to make it to the divisional game. And it's duck season, so you better be ready because all you guys just have water guns. I'm just laughing at you right now. That's my hot take.
All righty.
I don't know about
Jack, what do you think? What's your hot take?
My hot take is that the Steelers aren't going to do that.
Get out of here. Get that guy out of here.
My hot take is maybe a little bit more serious towards my Green Bay Packers. Right now, they're definitely struggling. They've had some tough games in the last few, including last night against San Fran. Just the entire team as a whole just looks bad. Aaron Rodgers, the receivers, the offensive line. List just goes on and on. The defense is just perennially bad. So, I mean, there's not much to say other than that the Packers are more of a pretender than a contender.
Very much a pretender.
Ooh, pretender. I like that. Well, we all know the Patriots are going to make it to the Super Bowl. So, like, might as well just join my team and just, like, forget your teams.
Boo, get that guy out of here.
But I do feel like
You're
I've
awful.
been a fan since day one. But I feel like their defense is bailing them out. Tom Brady needs to do a better job of communicating with his receivers, just kind of like getting his rhythm back. I feel like that's a big problem, but we can still beat you guys. So.
Oh, yeah, you say that now. Have you seen our defense?
Tom Brady needs to get 10 years younger. That's what he needs to do. He's old now.
He's young enough.
All right, as for my hot take, I've already got the T-shirt on. Buffalo Bills, they're 8-3 right now. I mean, it's just going so well for the team right now. I don't want to hear anything from any of you three about week schedule. It's
But
so
it's
easy.
They do have a
so
week schedule.
true, man.
Whatever, a win's a win, and you are what your record is, and we're 8-3. And for my hot take, what I'm going to say is that we are going to make it to the AFC Championship game this year. Buffalo Bills are making it to the AFC Championship game this year, probably facing against the New England Patriots. Now, I'm not like a lunatic to think we're going to beat the Patriots, but I know that we can make it to the AFC Championship game for sure. We've got fantastic defense, a great quarterback, a god quarterback. See how tall he is? Massive arm. He's amazing. Probably one of the greatest things ever to happen to Western New York and the city of Buffalo. And we already broke the drought a couple years ago. We're going to make it to the playoffs again. Second time in 3 years under Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane, our GM. Yeah, everything's going fantastic. Perfect. Alrighty, so now let's go outside. We're going to go to another one
Crossover.
of our extra hot takes.
Crossover to the court.
Like Keefe.
Boom, bitch.
And now for some hot takes in the National Football League. There's an MVP race going on, and we're closing towards the end of the season. And in my mind, there's no doubt that the MVP this year is Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks. That man has been one of the best quarterbacks, if not the best, over the last 4 years. His statistical numbers are just fantastic year in, year out. He does not turn the ball over, and his team is currently 9-2. They're absolutely dominating right now, and they beat the San Francisco 49ers to give them their first loss. Ladies and gentlemen, if Russell Wilson isn't your MVP, you're just wrong. Lamar Jackson, I'm sorry, his passing stats just aren't there. Aaron Rodgers, it just isn't there for him this year. And Christian McCaffrey, come on, we're not going to give it to a halfback here. It's Russell Wilson.
So now we're moving away from NFL. We're going to some NBA now. Sticking with our local team here, the Toronto Raptors. Came off a
Buckets.
championship winning season last season. Lost Kawhi Leonard. But to pick up the pace, they've got Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet doing very well. So Christian, I will start with you first. Pascal and Fred, do you think they're making the All-Star game this year?
I'm going to be honest with you. I think they're going to make it, both of them. But, if you look at Pascal, he's been carrying the team. He's a superstar.
Yeah.
And honestly, he deserves to make it. He's a lock. Fred VanVleet, I know there are a lot of talented point guards in the Eastern Conference. I think he should be among one of them. Do I think he should be a starter? Probably not. He'll be on the bench, and that's okay. But I do believe he deserves to get there. Are the Americans going to let two Canadians be there? I know they've done it in the past, but they're still pissed off about us winning that Lario B, bringing it back down to the 6. So do you think they're going to let us bring in 2 All-Stars? I don't know, especially when we're supposed to be trashed this year. That's my take right there.
Jack, what do you think?
Yeah, no doubt, Christian. They don't believe in the Raptors down there. Even after that championship, maybe we have to repeat to show them. But Pascal is leading that charge, no doubt. He's been a superstar, probably a starter in the All-Star game. He's just been completely carrying the load. Fred, on the other hand, I think he's just on the cusp, probably on the outside looking in. His numbers have been really nice, no doubt. Triple double numbers, like even some games. So Fred has been awesome. But I think with all the great point guards we have in this league, and especially just in the East alone, I think it's going to be a tough climb for Fred. But Pascal should be a lock, no doubt.
Yeah, sure. Nimrit?
Yeah, I think it was Stephen A. Smith that was talking trash. I don't know why he's talking trash when he's a Knicks fan.
Oh, it's true.
Get that guy out of here.
Yeah.
Very true.
But I think Pascal, he's going to be an all-star for sure. He's averaging 25 points. Fred VanVleet, he's averaging 18 points. So I think he's just going to be just out of the all-star game. Maybe if someone gets injured. I hope no one does get injured, but if someone does, he'll be there for sure. But I feel like once we trade Kyle Lowry, if we do, he'll be an all-star next season for sure.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree that Pascal's sort of a lock to make it there. He's already improved his numbers, probably up there for most improved player for a second year in a row, which is unheard of to make the jumps that he's been making so far. But Fred, I agree. It's just sort of, he could be an injury replacement for someone. Obviously we don't want any injuries, but he could make it there. But I just don't think that he can. And I agree definitely with Christian. I don't know if America will want to have two, because when we had Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, they were sort of two established best friend duo working together. Now these are sort of two that have come up from the G League and worked really hard to get there. And I think they probably need one more year to see everybody working together, because a lot of people still believe that Kawhi Leonard single-handedly carried the team last year. And
Casuals.
Definitely have to show them that we can do it again this year. Maybe another run back to the NBA Finals again. We'll see how it goes. So now we're going to go to our extra hot take outside, and we'll come back for some MMA and boxing talk.
Oh, I didn't see you guys there. So here's my hot take for the NBA. Carmelo Anthony signs with the Portland Trail Blazers. They're currently second last in the Western Conference. Yes, Melo's been scoring in the past 3 games, but it hasn't resulted in a win. He's had troubles with the Rockets, the Nuggets, the Knicks, and OKC, and they've made it to the playoffs, but they haven't gone far. So my hot take is Carmelo Anthony will never win an NBA championship playing like this.
And we're back. We're coming from NBA. We're going to get into some MMA and boxing action now. So we'll start right now with Christian. Any hot takes that we got in the MMA and boxing world?
Well, I'm going to be talking about some boxing, and over the weekend there was a very good fight, Wilder versus Ortiz 2, and it ended with a really nice right-handed trademark knockout by Deontay Wilder. As soon as you saw it, you were like, bitch, he's done. So Deontay Wilder, now that he won that fight in February, he'll be taking on another pretty big badass in the boxing world, Tyson Fury, and they'll be having their second showdown. And I'm going to say it's only going to be 2020 then, but it's going to be the best fight of the decade, and it's going to gross over 2 million pay-per-view buys, because those two locals are going to light it up like you've never seen before. It's the Rumble in the Jungle, the Thriller in Manila. It's the fight of the century, the fight of the decade.
Nice. Jack?
Wow. It was a great showing from Wilder this weekend, no doubt, in the boxing world. I'm going to flip it over to the MMA side. We got an incredible pay-per-view to close out the decade going on in the UFC. It's UFC 245. They got 3 title fights going on. So obviously the main event, the headliner, is going to be an absolute battle between 2 guys that hate each other a lot, in Kamaru Usman and Colby Covington. I cannot wait to see that fight. And then for the co-main, we got Max Holloway returning to the fold against Alex Volkanovski, which will be another great fight. And then the queen, Amanda Nunes, is taking on Jermaine Durandamy. So it's going to be an absolute great night of fights. My boy, the California kid, Uriah Faber, is returning. This is going to be the best card the UFC has put on in a very, very long time, and I am very excited. There's lots of excitement in the fight world, as Christian has alluded to, and a lot of excitement going on, so we're feeling it.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking forward to Conor McGregor coming back. I want to see a Floyd-McGregor rematch. I think McGregor's going to take it. I feel like he's been training, and, he's got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back to the boxing world for Conor.
Back to the boxing world for him. I mean,
yeah.
Mayweather probably coming out of retirement for the 50th time now?
Yeah.
He's always going in and out of retirement at this point in his career.
Just need that retirement money.
He needs more money. That's all he really needs.
He's just like Manny Pacquiao.
Exactly.
In and out.
Manny still wants another fight.
And they should fight each other. Pacquiao and
Mayweather. Yeah.
That would be a good fight.
Well,
maybe not. Their first one sucked. Don't buy that pay-per-view, folks.
It was a boring fight.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. All right, let's head outside. We'll go to our last hot take, and we'll come back to wrap things up.
Now I've been watching wrestling all my life, and I've been watching one thing, and it's called the World Wrestling Entertainment, and it's supposed to be the best damn thing on this world. And I'm gonna tell you something. There's something coming around, and it's called All Elite Wrestling. And I'm gonna tell you right now. See this? This is the metaphorical edge. They're WWE. They're throwing off of the edge, and AEW is coming to you, right to your home, and they're gonna take over. By 2022, they're gonna have the ratings. They're gonna have the superstars. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. There ain't a damn thing Triple H or Vince McMahon can do about it because their time is over and AEW's time is now, and that's not a hot take, and it's undisputed. Take that out of the cold right there.
That's it for our very first episode from Takes from the Lake. Thanks for watching.
And make sure you follow us on all of our social medias for some fiery hot takes. That is Twitter, that is Instagram, that is TikTok for the kids, and Substack.
TikTok. And make sure you share our video with your moms, your dads, your cousins, your pets,
Your dog,
your dog.
cat?
fish.
And make sure you comment your favorite part in our video and your hot takes.
And if you're a true OT, I want you to hit that like button. I want you to smash that subscribe button. And I'm going to tell you why. This is the best damn thing on the internet that you're going to get for free. And you're hearing it from these four. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to hear it from your coworkers too. And that's undisputed. We're out of here. Get out. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
And
Comedy.
Comedy.
We are perfect.
Comedy. We're beautiful.